Hello, magical butterflies. This is Xtina from ButterflyIntuition Divine Guidance. Hope everyone is having a magical day, night, or afternoon. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Today, I will be bringing you part 3 in the Twin Flame Healing series. Part 3 is going to be about karmics. This will be a collective reading. Unfortunately, it is not going to resonate with everyone, so I do ask for you, the viewer, to use your own discernment when listening and watching this video, and please only take the message or messages that resonate with you and your twin flame connection and leave the rest behind. The way you will know if a message resonates with you, you will feel like I'm speaking directly to you. If you are trying to make it fit, then the message is simply not for you, so please do not take it. The biggest part of healing in a twin flame connection is learning the lessons that karmic relationships and situations teach you. In this video, I will go over each karmic lesson that twin flames may face and bring guidance for healing as I go through each one. When twin flames come together, they both are unawakened. They are unawakened to the fact that they are twin flames. They are unawakened to their true life purpose, what they came here to do. And they are unawakened to a beautiful unconditional love that is meant for them until they meet their twin flame. Twin flames come together very quickly. It's very intense. And then they usually separate. It's because they're both unawakened and they both have karmic lessons, karmic relationships and situations in their lives that have to be dealt with, cleared, released. They have to learn the lessons from them in order for them to reach union with self and then reach union with their partner. As I touched base in the other parts of this series, the divine masculine is usually the runner, and the feminine is the chaser, and she chases him for a while, but then she becomes frustrated because most of the time the masculines will go in other connections or the feminines will find themselves going in other connections. What happens when they go into separation, where they are not speaking to each other, they're not seeing each other, they have no idea what the other one is doing, who they're with, what they're thinking, but they do have that spiritual bond of the telepathic connection. Some twin flames can still communicate in the 5D, send each other signs and synchronicities through numbers, letters, spirit animals, songs. Some twin flames have the ability to hear their partner when they are with another person. It is very rare, but some twin flames can actually hear their partner engaging in intimate behavior with someone else. Also, twin flames have the capability to send each other sexual energy through their emotions. Like if they're not intimate with a partner, but they're intimate with themselves and they're thinking about their twin flame, they can send that energy that way. But that is usually the only way that they will feel each other and communicate, because a barrier is put up in the physical. This barrier is put up most likely by the masculine in the connection. The masculine puts the barrier up because he is not ready for this connection. He is telling the feminine the answer is no. He can't be with her. He doesn't want to be with her. He denies his feelings. He pretends he doesn't care. He pretends she doesn't exist. He goes in another connection with a karmic. He focuses on his job, stays in a job that is a karmic situation that just doesn't serve him anymore. Whatever the scenario is in your twin flame connection, he's telling her no, but intuitively the feminine knows he is lying. She knows he does want to be with her, but it's the intensity of their connection, the intensity of the feelings they have for each other, because the love just comes in so quickly. It's love at first sight, and it scares both of them, but it scares the masculine more. So when the masculine says no to the feminine, that gets her to go on the dark night of the soul journey. where she is forced to do her shadow work. This dark night of the soul shows her what doesn't resonate with her in her life anymore. It shows her who and what needs to go, what thoughts need to go, job, friends, co-workers, just whatever needs to go. And she begins to do her shadow work, and she becomes awakened, and she becomes more enlightened in the sense where she knows what a twin flame connection is, she understands it, and she starts to just see this connection, him, as well as her life as a whole in general. I'm going to get more into the twin flame karmic lessons that both masculine and feminine will learn in their lives when they meet each other, before they meet each other. Now remember, when I channel the masculine, I refer to the masculine as he, and I refer to the feminine as she. But a masculine can be a man or a woman, and a feminine can be a female or a man. So please take it as it resonates in your connection. Role reverse if you have to, if it's same sex. Just take it as it applies. So the most common karmic issue that twin flames will face is a karmic partner. Now, a karmic partner can be a love relationship, can be a family member, can be a friend, can be a coworker. But most of the time, I would say 9 times out of 10, it's a love relationship. A karmic partner is not a soulmate. A karmic partner is a person that comes into the masculine or the feminine's life to teach them a lesson. This is a person that is narcissistic, very negative, very toxic, very selfish. The masculine or the feminine know this person is not for them, doesn't resonate with them, they don't want to be with them, but they stay with them out of some type of obligation. Maybe they're married to the person, they have a child with them, it's one of their parents, a friend, a coworker, whatever it is, they feel bound to this person, but they know deep down inside that this person does not sing to their soul, and they don't want to be with them, because once the masculine and the feminine meet and the unconditional love is there, all they want is to be with each other. Karmic partners can cause a huge third-party situation, especially if when the twin flames meet, one or both are married. That is very rare, but take it as it applies. Third-party situations can also be jobs. It could be family obligations. It could be just a simple thought process. Maybe the masculine, the feminine, they don't believe in love. Their heart is closed off to it. But whatever this karmic lesson is, whether it's a relationship, a situation, a thought, it keeps that twin into this settling energy of just settling for what's in front of them instead of thinking about what they truly want in their heart of hearts, which is to be with their twin flame. Divine masculines who ghost and walk away from their divine feminines, what they end up doing, they abandon her. They leave her all alone. They leave her out in the cold, and they cause destruction in the connection. The feminine's life is turned upside down because she is forced to go through her dark night of the soul first, because she is usually the one who awakens first. The divine masculines will come in and out because he will always be drawn to her. It's like a moth drawn to a flame or a light. He will always be drawn to her. She will always be drawn to him. They will come in and out of each other's lives, but the third party karmic situation, karmic partner, is always going to be the thing or the person that keeps them apart. Next part, I'm going to go into some of the things that happen with the karmic lessons of each scenario of what happens in a twin flame connection. So we got into the third party, the karmic situations, but What lessons do you learn from your twin flame and you being separated? What are you supposed to learn? What are you supposed to get out of it? And what are you supposed to do to heal? That is what this section is going to teach you. When there's issues with communication, especially if the connection is mute, where the two of you do not speak, I will get into both. Let's say it's little communication. Perhaps the two of you share a child, or you work together, or you still stay in contact as friends. You have communication. The lesson here you will learn is this what you want? If you truly are in love with this person and you want to be with them and you know they're with another person, you have to ask yourself, does it bring me joy to see my person, the love of my life, the one who has my heart, with another person? Should I be subjecting myself to watching him or her with this person, or should I close the door on the communication and choose myself and set a boundary on what is best for me? That is the karmic lesson you will learn. If it's too painful to have your twin flame in your life as a friend, you can make that decision to just cut communication and tell them, I'm in love with you, I want to be with you, and it hurts me to hear about you and other people, so I must distance myself. Now, for twin flames in no communication, where it is mute, you two do not speak in the 3D, you two do not see each other, you have no idea what the other one is doing. There might be a little social media stalking if you two are able, but still, even if you see someone's social media, you're not seeing what's really going on in their life. People post on social media what they want other people to see. You're never going to see a divine feminine show her true colors, how she really feels. A masculine is always going to pretend to be happy when he's not. And a lot of people keep that hidden. Maybe they'll drop a little hint here or there, but they never come out and say the words. So if you are in no communication and you're not speaking to your twin flame, and the two of you you don't know where they're at, maybe they've blocked you on social media, you've blocked them. This is happening for a reason, to teach you something. Take a look back where you were in your life when you met your person. Had you given up on love? Were you open to love? Did you still have remnants of a past connection that you still hadn't gotten over, or you never understood why it happened? Your twin flame is a mirror to your soul. You are a mirror to their soul, and you two reflect to each other what you like about yourself and what you don't like about yourself. And when your twin flame ghosts you and a scenario happens, and it's usually something that happened in past relationships, you learn the lesson. So I will use an example from my own connection. When my masculine ghosted me, I had an instinct to say something to him, to chase him, and to ask him why. But I stopped myself because the old me did that. The new me decided, actions speak louder than words. I'm going to walk away. And that is what I did. And I started on my path to get to where I am right now, to do this series to help you. Look back on what happened, the scenario, and what it's teaching you, and you learn the lesson about why communication is the way it is. Pride and ego. When you are in ego, you are not listening to your intuition. You are listening to your ego. You are in your pride. Your twin flame is in their pride. The defenses are up. The cards are not being shown. And fear is coming in as well as doubt. Because the ego mind brings in the fear, brings in the doubt, brings in the obsessive thinking narrative on how this isn't happening because your twin flame doesn't like you, they don't want to be with you, whatever the situation is. And what happens is, as you go through this, you become to numb the pain. You start numbing what your intuition is trying to show you through your dreams, through your inner knowing. You're getting signs and synchronicities about your twin flame and you're ignoring it because you're listening to your ego mind. You're overcome with grief and you have regret on what happens in your connection. The best way to get out of this energy is to understand that you are bound to your twin flame. The two of you have a spiritual bond. You are bound to each other. You have a connection in the 5D as well as the 3D. You are able to telepathically send messages, to speak to them, to send them messages. Whatever you need to know, you can journal. Even if you write a letter and you intend to give it to them, or with the intention to give it to them and you never do, that energy goes to them. Whatever you think about them, however you're feeling about them at the time, that goes to them. You two are always bound. So don't listen to the ego mind. Listen to your intuition. Start doing guided meditations, balancing and opening the third eye chakra. Start carrying or wearing amethyst crystal to work on your third eye. Once you tap into your intuition, you learn the lesson that the ego mind brings you a narrative that is based on zero facts and does not help you at all. Another karmic lesson is inner child wounds. A lot of things from your childhood come up. The relationship that you have with your mother, your father. Even if you have a parent who had passed away while you were young, or they left, or you've never known them. Whatever your childhood issue is, even if your parents were together, if there was no affection between the two of them, and there was a lot of fighting and a lot of non-affection, you take that with you in your adult life and you bring it with you when you meet your twin flame. And your twin flame goes through the same thing. So whatever inner child wounds come up have to be dealt with. If you see how she's looking at the sun, that shows me once you heal these inner child wounds, brighter days are ahead. Deception is the next karmic lesson. The twin flame who runs always deceives the chaser by denying how they feel. But if you see how he's behind the tree with his hand, he's secretly looking at her. And it's usually the masculine who does this. He secretly keeps a tab on her. He watches her from afar. He wears a mask because he hides his identity when he watches her. He hides his feelings and he hides what he truly desires. He hides that from his karmic, but eventually the karmics will find out, unless he is completely good about keeping his feminine from her, the karmic knowing about her, as well as his family and his friends. But he wears a mask. He doesn't tell the feminine how he feels, but he watches her from afar. The way to get out of this is to face how you feel. Face your fear. If you're in a karmic relationship and you know it's not working, it is time to make a decision on what is best for you, who is best for you, who and what would make you happy. Because at the end of the day, it's what makes you happy, it's what makes your twin flame happy, and you both share such an unconditional love. Don't let your ego remind you that you can't be happy for the other one if the two of you just decide not to come together, because some twin flames do. Be happy for the other one. Wish them the best with or without you. Embrace your feelings. and embrace the love, the unconditional love that the two of you share. When you get in victim mentality, you bound yourself. Victim mentality is when you start ripping yourself apart because your twin flame chose to be with a karmic. You pick apart how you look, your face, your hair, your body. You ask, what's wrong with me? Why me? Why not me? I'm hearing the song Girl Crush. The line I'm here, I'll link the song below, but Girl Crush is coming through. I'm trying to think of the lyric. It's like, I want her long blonde hair. I want her magic touch, because then you'd want me just as much. She says something about bathing in her perfume. I'll link the song, but that song's coming through because sometimes feminines are in victim mode and they're insecure and they wish that they were the karmic and they become obsessed with it. And if that is happening to you, that's completely normal, because it's very heartbreaking to see the person you love in another relationship, but there's nothing you can do because unfortunately your twin flame made the free will decision to go with someone else. But you are making the free will decision to be in this victim mode, and you have the free will decision to come out of it. So what you should do is you should pause how you're feeling. You should understand that you are stuck, you are bound to being in victim mode because that is a choice you made. And it's okay because everyone goes through it. I went through it in my connection. So that's how I can tell you with 100% certainty you can get out of it. The next part, the last part of this reading, I'm going to get into some guidance to help you get out of your karmic situation, your relationship, to help you see the lesson in order to free yourself to get to the next phase of your journey. You have to refocus yourself. Refocus your thoughts, refocus your life, refocus how you look at your connection, and refocus how you feel. When you refocus, you take a pause, you get out of victim mode, because when I see the rope on that victim card, it reminds me of the Eight of Swords, where you think you're bound to a situation or a person or a thought, but you can unbound yourself and walk away anytime you want. And that is something the masculine and the feminine need to understand. You refocus and you begin to focus on your healing, and you start to heal everything that is being shown to you that needs to heal. Inner child wounds, anything that came in your childhood, as simple or very traumatic. And of course you can heal it on your own, or if you need professional help, of course you can seek and help for that. Balancing the scales, you balance the scales in your life. You want to balance the scales with your person, but you want to balance the scales in your life. You may go through a period of being in solitude. You want to be alone. You go in hermit mode to reflect, to self-reflect, to refocus, and to just really look at yourself and focus on yourself. Eventually, you find yourself at a crossroads on this journey on what is best for you, what will be best for your person, depending on your situation. If you're still seeing signs and synchronicities and feeling intuitively that the two of you are going to come back together, don't doubt that. Trust that your intuition is on point. Everyone's intuition is showing them what is meant for them. But if your twin flame has decided to go in another connection, or you are deciding to walk away from the twin flame journey, you can do that at any time. You're at a crossroads, and you're most likely trying to figure out the best way to go, because you're in contemplation. You're contemplating what is best for you, what is best for the connection, but wholeheartedly, it should be what's best for you. You should release people, situations, thoughts, patterns, beliefs that no longer resonate with you. Surrender this connection to the divine. Detach yourself from it. Now, when I say detached, I know a lot of people get triggered, but when you detach from this twin flame connection, you're detaching from outcomes, expectations, and timelines. You're not surrendering a chance to be with your person, because the two of you will always be together. And if you two are meant to come together in this lifetime, you will still see the signs and the synchronicities for the two of you to come together. So trust it. Trust your intuition. What you're surrendering is the attachment to wanting to know when they're coming back, who they're with, why aren't they with me, why aren't they responding to my messages, having expectations when the two of you do have communication, and then getting upset when it doesn't go the way you want it to, trying to control the outcome, trying to figure out how and when everything is going to come about. That is not for you to know at this time. Let the divine work on what it needs to work on behind the scenes when it comes to you and your twin flame, and allow everything to unfold naturally. When you surrender, you come to the end of a cycle, because now you're seeing the karmic lessons that need to be cleared, that need to be healed, that need to be released, that need to be surrendered in order for you to truly find yourself, to get into union with yourself. Because you're understanding that this twin flame connection is hard, it's heartbreaking, but it's rewarding, it's beautiful, it's magical at the same time, because you are one of the chosen to be a twin flame. So embrace it. And like I said, you can walk away from this journey anytime you want. You have that free will decision. Do what's best for you, because you will always find a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Once your cycles close, you begin to go through a metamorphosis, a transformation. You become the butterfly. You're no longer the caterpillar that was in the cocoon. You are being shown, everything's being illuminated to you on what you need to clear in your life in order for you to align with your life purpose. Follow your dreams, follow your heart, trusting your intuition. The biggest issue, which I will get into this word in the next part, in part 4, is patience. It's really hard to have patience on this journey, and patience is one of the big lessons that you will learn on a twin flame journey. And that is one of the biggest things I myself had to learn, because I am very impatient. I like to control the outcome, but I had to face a lot of things when I met my masculine, and I can tell you that I have patience now, that I don't get anxiety about when he's coming. I know he's coming, and he will come when he's supposed to. I'm so focused on my work, making myself a better person each and every day, helping people, and I just have that beautiful patience. So patience, everyone struggles with it. You're not alone. I went through it. It was hard, but I did it. So if you struggle with patience, part 4 is going to be dedicated strictly to patience. As you have patience, you purge everything that doesn't resonate with you anymore. You and your twin flame begin to mirror each other, because you two are working on yourselves. You are doing the work. And most importantly, you are learning the karmic lessons that your spirit guides, the divine, your twin flame has shown you. And you are closing the cycle and learning patience and learning to trust your intuition. If this reading is resonating with you, there will be an extended reading on my Patreon. The link is below. In the extended reading, I'm going to go into what the divine masculine and the divine feminine is learning or has learned in their karmic situations, and I will have messages from each counterpart's higher self to them. If you're interested in the extended reading, you can join my Patreon community. If not, I will see you in part 4 of the Twin Flame Healing series for patience. If you would like to book a guidance reading or session, they can be booked in my Etsy shop. The link is below. Wishing you a beautiful and magical night, day or afternoon, wherever you may be. Sending you love and light.